to the Elite 20 Extreme Edition. Usually, these quizzes are difficult, and your goal is to try and get 20 out of 20 correct, so you can be a part of the Elite, a very, very super secret and special club that only the best and most knowledgeable football fans can join. But today, the quiz is going to be really, really difficult. So we're lowering the threshold to 15 out of 20 questions correct. You can join the Elite. Meaning, even if you get past halfway, 10 questions, that will be very, very impressive. It goes from easy to very hard, but even easy today is going to be extremely difficult. Do you have what it takes? Are you up for the challenge? Can you prove that you're one of the best? Let's find out. Welcome back, everyone, to another Elite 20 video, Elite 20 Sunday. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we have a list of questions that are a lot harder than usual. Especially the first question already hits you with a very, very difficult question. So, I wish you all good luck, and I wish you all, that's it. Yeah, you're gonna need it. Let's start with the first question. Question number 1. Who was the first ever player to win the Ballon d'Or in 1956? Now, I did get a comment saying that I should do a lot more about the history of football in these trivia videos. So, I'm assuming that means older style questions, maybe lore and origins of certain teams and players. So, we're going to go to the very, very first ever player to win the Ballon d'Or, which was in 1956. As always, there's going to be a hint if you can't get it right. And if you answer after the hint, you get 0.5 points. You get half the points. Today, we're looking to try and just get as much points as possible, because it's going to be difficult. Alright. Who was the first ever player to win the Ballon d'Or in 1956? Lock in your answers. The hint for this one, I guess the hint is just going to be some facts. So he completed it or won it when he was 41 years old, and he continued to play until he was 50 years old. Who can this be? And your Daniel clue for today: I never heard of this player, so take that how you will. Oh, you know what? We're gonna do some cross-contamination. We're gonna add in another sport here. His name sorta is similar to a Toronto Maple Leaf hockey player. That's a free hint. Okay, answers are locked. The first ever player to win the Ballon d'Or in 1956 is Stanley Matthews. Stanley Matthews. If you knew that, congratulations, you're ahead of most people. If any of you can get 20 out of 20 today, I would honestly be very, very impressed. I say 15 out of 20 will be 1% of you can reach that score. But 20 out of 20, I don't even think one of you can. So prove me wrong. Question number 2. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on which Portuguese island? Dun dun dun. Where was he born? We know about his stats, we know what he's accomplished, but where was he born? Now, because I'm Portuguese, I do know it. I've never visited it, but I've visited other Portuguese islands because half of my family, well, my mom's side is from one island, my dad's from another island. So I visited those islands, but I've never visited this island. Which one is it? And for those of you who don't know and don't care about Ronaldo that way, shame on you. I'm just kidding. But here is a hint which may help you, may not. The international airport on the island was renamed the Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport in his honor in 2017. It also is home to the Ronaldo Museum, which has all of his trophies and other jerseys and things. Okay, answers are locked. Cristiano Ronaldo was born on which Portuguese island? The answer is Madeira. 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 If you pronounce it wrong, that's okay. If you spell it wrong, that's okay. As long as you didn't spell it like Lisbon. I know it's somewhat close, it's okay. Question number 3. Which stadium is shared by both AC Milan and Inter Milan, but is referred to by 2 different names? I never knew this. I know the first name, and I always thought it was just one of the teams that played here, but apparently it's both. Also, what happens if they both, well, I guess if they both play at the same time, they're both at home. That's interesting. I never knew this. Okay, answers are locked. There are technically 2 different answers you can put for this one. One way that AC Milan calls it, the other way Inter Milan calls it. What kind of a hint can I say? The AC Milan one is the easier one to guess. I've heard that one a lot more. But the Inter Milan one is called after a legendary player who played for both teams, but is more associated with Inter Milan, which is why they called the stadium after him. If you get either of the names, that's okay. If you get both names, I'll give you 2 points. Or like double score, so if you answered after the hint, you'll get 1 point instead of 0.5 points. But if you get just one of them, that's okay. You'll get points for just that one. Okay, answers are locked. The stadium that is shared by both AC Milan and Inter Milan is San Siro, which I know, or the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, which was the legendary player that played for both of them, but more importantly with Inter. Alright, question number 4. Which Spanish club is famously nicknamed the Yellow Submarine? The Yellow Submarine. Which Spanish club is famously nicknamed the Yellow Submarine? So it's a Spanish club. That's your hint. The hint is also it's not Real Madrid and it's not Barcelona. You know what? It's not Atletico Madrid either. None of the Madrids. Okay. Here's a hint, which is more like a fact, but you know. So lock in your answer now. But the nickname comes from the 1967 cover of the Beatles song, which we all know, played at the stadium for this team during a promotion battle. I don't know why you would play Yellow Submarine. I don't think that's really exciting or meant to boost morale of the team or motivation, but it is what it is. Alright, answers are locked for this question. The Spanish club that is famously nicknamed the Yellow Submarine is Villarreal CF. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's not Villarreal. Villarreal CF. Villarreal CF. Villarreal CF. I can see the logo. I think it's VCF on the logo. It's yellow. If you guys want to do a logo quiz, let me know. I can definitely do one. Okay. Question number 5 and the last question of the easy category. I'm telling you, it's not that easy today. Question number 5. Legendary goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon actually started his youth career playing in which position? Your hint is not goalkeeper. It was a different position. All this is actually very interesting. All this is actually very, very cool. Because Gianluigi Buffon is a legendary player, right? And a legendary goalkeeper, arguably one of the best of all time. And the fact that he didn't start, I know it's the youth career, but still, you would think that they would start in this position from the beginning of their career, considering how good he was at it. But apparently he only switched to goalkeeper at the age of 14. And he was inspired by the performance of Cameroon's Thomas Nkono at the 1990 World Cup. That's interesting. So a player performed so well that he was so impressed that he's like, you know what, I want to do that. That's really interesting. Alright, answers are going to be locked. Which legendary goalkeeper Gianluigi Buffon actually started his youth career playing in which position? The answer is midfielder. He was a midfielder, which is actually even more impressive because midfielder is all about stamina. And he went to goalkeeper, which is all about not moving at all. Well, not running. Interesting. Alright, the first 5 questions are done. The easy category is done. How are you doing? There's still 15 more questions to go. You can still get a lot of points. Here we go. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying so far and you want to watch more of these videos. Alright, question number 6. The medium category. Okay, standing at 201 centimeters, 6'7", who holds the record for the most headed goals in Premier League history? Now, I think this should have been in the easy category, but that's okay. Who is this player? I love this player. This player was so unique because he was so tall and pretty skinny. But is he skinny because he's tall? Like he's stretched, if he shrunk, then he would be good size, Anyway, I love this player. And in FIFA, your Dano hint is, in FIFA, if you ever played the FIFA games, his pace was like 50. He was a very slow player. And I'll give you another hint. He was a striker. A tall striker that was slow. Who can it be? Your hint. Well, it's not really that great of a hint. It's just that he scored 53 headers in the Premier League, surpassing the previous record held by Alan Shearer. Who is this player? A bonus hint. I think he played for Southampton. Ooh, I don't know about that one, Chief. Southampton. I feel like he had, or Sunderland. I feel like he had red and white stripes. Stoke City. I think it was Stoke. They have red and white as well, right? Stripes. I think it was Stoke City. Hopefully, you'll correct me. Alright, answers are locked. Standing at 201 centimeters, 6'7", who holds the record for the most headed goals in Premier League history? The answer is the one, the only, one of my favorites, Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch. And I love that his name's Crouch because he probably has to crouch to get into places. And based on how small other players are on the field, I feel like he seemed like he was 7 foot. 6'7" doesn't seem right. If he played basketball, he'd be average size, which is crazy. Alright, question number 7. This one we've done before. In 1995, who became the first ever non-European player to win the Ballon d'Or? Who became the first ever non-European player to win the Ballon d'Or? I was going to give you a bonus question here. Nah. This is the extreme version of the Elite 20. No easy bonus questions today. Alright, your fun fact. This may jog your memory. And your hint for this question. This player, after he stopped playing football, he moved into politics and served as the president of Liberia from 2018 to 2024. Who is this legendary player? If you play FIFA, he is one of the best, well, not best, but he's one of the original legends in FIFA Ultimate Team. And not great chemistry-wise until they changed legends to connect with everybody, right? Was that recent? I don't remember. Alright, answers are locked. The person in 1995 who became the first ever non-European player to win the Ballon d'Or is none other than George Weah. George Weah. W-E-A-H. George Weah. Alright, question number 8. Another question we've had, but do you remember it? And I'm going to make this a little easier. Brazilian goalkeeper Rogério Ceni. We know him because he holds the record for the most goals scored by a goalkeeper, mostly from free kicks and penalties. And it's funny, there's a note saying he scored more career goals than many World Cup strikers, world-class strikers. I wonder if he scored more than Peter Crouch. Surely not Crouch, right? Not my homie Crouch. Alright, I want you to tell me the exact number. If you tell me the exact number, you get double points. If you get within 10 goals, so if it's 50 goals, you could get for anywhere from 40 to 60, and you'll get the point. Then you'll get a point. Yeah, you'll get a full point if you get within 10. You'll get double points if you get it exactly. This is difficult. Actually, you know what? I can give you a good hint. So log in your answer now. And then I'm going to give you a hint, and then you can log it again after the hint, in case you were wrong. The answer. Ooh. You know what? I'll be generous. The answer is between... Okay, I won't be that generous. The answer is between 75 and 150. Somewhere in that range is the amount of goals he scored. So good luck. If you get it within 10, you now get 0.5 because you listen to the hint. And if you get it exactly, you'll get 1 point. Okay, answers are locked. The Brazilian goalkeeper, Rogério Ceni, who holds the world record for the most goals scored by a keeper. How many did he score? Answers are locked. The answer is 131 goals. So if you said 121 to 141, you are correct. Congratulations. Alright, question number 9. I think we have the next 2 questions I think we've had already. So a chance for you to get more points. Who is the only person to have won the FIFA World Cup as both a player and manager? For Germany. I will specify that because I think there's others for other countries. So we're going to specify for Germany, so it's a German player. Who is the only person to have won the FIFA World Cup as both a player and a manager for Germany? So there's a couple of hints. The hint, log in your answers if you don't want to answer after the hint. Log in your answers. The hint, he is known as Der Kaiser. Does that mean like the king or the ruler? Der Kaiser. D-E-R space K-A-I-S-E-R. And he won as a player in 1974 and as a manager in 1990. Who is this player? And for 0.25 points, here's another hint. this person is a defender. And if he's not, then ignore that I said that. But I'm almost certain he's a defender. Okay. Answers are locked. The only player to have won the FIFA World Cup as both a player and a manager for Germany is the legend Franz Beckenbauer. Franz Beckenbauer. Beckenbauer. Alright, question number 10, the last question of the medium category and the last question of the first half of the quiz. How are you doing so far? Let's try to get a 10 out of 10. Lionel Messi holds the record for the most goals scored in a single calendar year. This was in 2012. How many did he score? Not within 5, not within 10. Exactly, because we've said this before. It's a pretty common stat line, but we want exact numbers. How many goals did he score in 2012? Oh, there's a hint here that I can give you, but it's already fairly easy considering the other questions on this quiz. So, I will tell you this. The previous record was in 1972 and was held by Gerd Muller, a legend of this channel because we mention his name a lot. So that's your hint for 0.5. But because I'm generous, I will give you hints for 0.25. Okay. So for 0.25, he surpassed the previous record of 85 goals. 85 goals. Okay. Answers are locked. Question number 10. Lionel Messi holds the record for the most goals scored in a single calendar year. How many did he score in 2012? How many did he score? The answer is 91 goals. If you said 90, no points. If you said 92, no points. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, we are officially halfway through the quiz. Congratulations. You've made it this far. Whether you got 1 score or 10 out of 10, this is a tough quiz. It's going to get harder. So pull up your pants. Get ready. Let's get into the hard category. Question number 11. Though he represents Norway, in which English city was Erling Haaland actually born? So he was born in England, we know that. But where was he born? Oh, there's actually a decent hint here. So, if you know the Premier League, if you know history, or if you just like Erling Haaland, you probably will know this. But some of you don't. I technically don't. I knew he was born in England. I didn't know what city. So what city was he born? Okay. Answers are locked. Here is your clue. His father, Alfie Haaland, played for this team in which they're located in the city when Haaland was born in July of 2000. Oh, he's a July child as well. Leo. Oh, potentially Leo. I think it could also be a Cancer. I'm not sure. Or another sign. Alright. And another clue. Oh, I'm feeling generous. It's not one of the top teams in England. I'll say it's not Manchester City, it's not Manchester United, it's not Arsenal, it's not Chelsea. It could be Tottenham because they're not the top teams. Also, recently, and I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but apparently Tottenham's doing really, really bad and they could be relegated. Let's see if this ages well. I don't want to see them, fall down. I like Tottenham. represents Norway. In which city was Erling Haaland actually born? The answer, Leeds. He was born in Leeds. Leeds. Alright, question number 12. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is known for his massive physical presence. What is his exact height in centimeters? That could be a crazy different question if I phrase it differently. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is known for his massive physical presence. What is his exact height in centimeters? And because, or inches, I'll allow feet and inches, okay? You can do feet and inches or centimeters. Because this is the, no, you know what? If you're gonna give me, okay, how about this? I will give you 2 points for the exact answer. Or 1 point if you get it within either 5 centimeters either side or 1 inch either side. So for example, 5'11", 5'10", and 6'1". 5'10" and 6 foot are acceptable answers. If it's 160 centimeters, 155, and 165, anywhere between that range is acceptable answers, okay? Also, fun fact while you think about that, apparently Zlatan holds a black belt in Taekwondo, which he often credits for his ability to score acrobatic, impossible goals. So it's because he has a black belt in Taekwondo that he created one of the greatest goals I've ever seen in the bicycle kick against England when he's playing for Sweden. Interesting. Maybe I should get a black belt in Taekwondo as well. Alright, answers are locked. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is known for his massive physical presence. What is his exact height in centimeters or feet and inches? The answer is 195 centimeters. So if you said 190 to 200, you get the point. Or 6'5". So if you said 6'4" to 6'6", you also get the point. Also, Peter Crouch was what? 201 centimeters. So he's 2 inches or 6 centimeters off of Peter Crouch. And Peter Crouch was huge though. I don't think that's right. I think they should measure him again. Okay, question number 13. Mikel Arteta and which other current top-tier manager were born in the same town of San Sebastian and played for the same youth team? Let me repeat that again. Mikel Arteta and which other current top-tier manager were born in the same town of San Sebastian and played for the same youth team? Who is this? So fun fact, this isn't a hint. They grew up as neighbors and best friends. Oh, I didn't know that. That's so cute. Playing together for the local youth side, Antiguoko, Antiguoko, before their professional paths diverged. Now your hint is that this player, this manager was a great player and won a lot for the Spanish national team and for playing on a Spanish team. I can't tell you which team because you know what? I'm gonna tell you. It's 0.5 points. I'll tell you what team he's mostly known. Ooh, I lied. Okay. No. He played for a Spanish team and a English team. A Premier League team. I forgot he was did, right? Yeah, my mind's shaky. Was it? Yeah, I'm almost certain. He played on a British Premier League team. I hope that's right. I can't believe I don't remember. Anyway, and another hint, he found success recently as a manager. Okay, answers are locked. I lied. We're going to give you 0.25 points option for another hint. The team that he played for was Real Madrid, and I think it was Liverpool. Something's telling me Liverpool, but then I'm like, that's Gerrard. For some reason, I'm thinking they're the same. But I'm pretty sure this person played for Liverpool. It wasn't Arsenal. It wasn't Chelsea. It wasn't Manchester United. It wasn't Manchester City. It wasn't Tottenham. It has to be Liverpool. Alright, answers are locked. Mikel Arteta and which other current top-tier manager were born in the same town of San Sebastian and played for the same youth team? The answer, Mr. Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso. I really hope it was Liverpool. Correct me, please. Correct me. Xabi Alonso. Alright, question number 14. In which South American city was the first ever FIFA World Cup final held in 1930? Okay, so we know that it's Uruguay because, well, we've asked this question before, but also I think there was last video, we learned that there's a couple of teams that didn't want to join the World Cup in Uruguay, especially if they were European, because it would take them like 2 weeks to get there because they would have to take a boat. This was in 1930, so they didn't really have. Do they have planes? If they did, it wasn't really commercial planes, I guess. I don't know. So, which South American city was the first ever FIFA World Cup final held in 1930? So, it's a city in Uruguay. Do you know cities in Uruguay? Not really. I don't. Fun fact. The final was held at the Estadio Centenario, which was built specifically for the tournament and the centennial of Uruguay's independence. So what city has the Estadio Centenario? Answers are locked. I can't really give you much hints for this one. It's just a city name. The answer for which South American city was the first ever FIFA World Cup final held in 1930, the answer is Montevideo. 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 Alright, the last question for the hard category. Here we go, before it gets even harder. But this is still a hard one. Who was the first ever substitute to be used in a World Cup match? Who even remembers that? The first ever substitute used in a World Cup match. Now, if you don't know the name, but you get it somewhat close, if you get the first name, or if you get the last name, that's fine. I will give you 1 point. If you get the country that they're from, the team that they played for, I will give you another point. So there's 2 points up for grabs. Okay. So, which player was the substitute? Now, here's your hint. This was not back in 1930. This happened in the opening match of the 1970 World Cup. And the team faced Mexico. So if you guess Mexico, change your answer. This was the first tournament where substitutions were officially allowed. So before this, they had to run the whole entire time. If they were injured, I guess they just had to play with less men. That's crazy. What a crazy time. Alright, answers are locked. Actually, I'll give you a few more seconds. How are you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. There's 5 more questions. If you're not doing that great, that's okay. This is a very, very tough one this week. Next week, you'll probably go back to the normal difficulty style. But every once in a while, there's going to be an extreme version. Alright, so here we go. Answers are locked. Who was the first ever substitute to be used in a World Cup match? The answer, Anatoly Buzak, or Buzach, Buzach, Anatoly Buzak, and the country was the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union. So if you said either of those, you get 1 point. If you said both, you get 2 points. Alright, the very hard category. Only the elite of the elite can get this correct. Alright, here we go. Question number 16. Who is the only player to have scored for 7 different clubs in the Premier League? That's crazy. 7 different clubs in the Premier League. Now we're going to do something fun. I will give you, so there's 7 different teams. I am not going to give you a bonus point for guessing one of the teams. I will give you 7 bonus points if you can tell me every single team that he played for. If you get 1 wrong, you get 0 bonus points. We're not doing 1 point per correct team. We're doing all or nothing. All of them right, 7 points. None of them right, 0 points for bonus points. Will anyone even get this? I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna give you some more time. This is a tough one, especially if you're trying to guess what the 7 teams were. I'll say 2 top tier teams. And top tier to me is like, And the other clue is that Tottenham's on the list. Okay. Answers are locked. Who is the only player to have scored for 7 different clubs in the Premier League? The answer: Craig Bellamy. Craig Bellamy. Craig Bellamy. And here is the bonus question. Who did he play for? And if you get some of these correct, you should be very, very proud of yourself. Oh, sorry, he scored for. He didn't just play for. He scored for 7 different clubs. Oh, that's even more impressive. The answer is Coventry. A lot of people are like, oh man, I got it wrong. Coventry, Newcastle, Blackburn, Liverpool, West Ham, Man City, and Cardiff City. If for some reason you got all those right, you get 7 points. And they have a good chance of getting 20 out of 20, which I think is impossible. Okay. Question number 17. What is the full birth name of the Brazilian legend known to the world as Kaká? Now, he has a lot of names. I will give you 1 point if you tell me his first and last name. However, if you can tell me his exact full name, you will get, you know what, you'll get 3 points. I'm feeling generous because if you get it exactly right, if you're missing even 1, no bonus. You will just get the 1 point for the first and last name. Ooh, okay, and fun fact, I never knew this. His nickname, Kaká, came from his younger brother, Digão, who couldn't pronounce his first name when they were children. So that's kind of a clue. What kind of name can Kaká be a nickname for? Is there such a name? What could it be? I also love how, especially Brazilian players, they'll have like a nickname on their jersey. It's not their real name. Like, I don't think Ronaldinho is his real name. Robinho wasn't his real name. Rivaldo wasn't his real name. I don't know. Interesting. Alright, answers are locked. The full birth name of the Brazilian legend known to the world as Kaká is Well, first and last name first. Ricardo. Ricardo. Leite. Leite. But for the full, I smacked the crap out of the mic, so if you notice the audio went crazy, my bad. I got too excited. The answer is Ricardo Isaacson dos Santos Leite. Isaacson, Izecson, dos Dios Santos Santos Leite Leite. Ricardo Isaacson dos Santos Leite. What a name. Actually, in Brazilian, it might be pronounced Leite. Alright, question number 18. Which legendary midfielder is the only player to have scored in the Premier League in 4 different decades? Now you might be wondering, this question sounds familiar. It is. I threw you a bone. If you're almost there at your, well, the amount that you want to have, if you wanted 15, or if you wanted 20, or if you wanted 10, if you're almost there, I'm throwing you a bone. If you remember from the previous videos, you'll know who this player is, and I'm about to give you a hint, which hopefully will help. So, which legendary midfielder is the only player to have scored in the Premier League in 4 different decades? And he scored in every single Premier League season from its inception in 1992 until the 2012-2013 season. Who is this player? Okay. Answers are now locked. Which legendary midfielder is the only player to have scored in the Premier League in 4 different decades? Outrageous stat. The answer, Ryan Giggs. Ryan Giggs, the Manchester United legend. Ryan Giggs. Alright, second last question. Who is the only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A, the Italian league? Also, La Liga is the Spanish league, in case you're wondering. You know what? I'm feeling so generous today. It's crazy. You don't always get this, but I'm feeling generous today. I'm going to give you a really, really good hint. So lock in now if you want the full points. But this hint is going to be so juicy. It's going to be crazy. You're going to be like, whoa. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy hint. Why are you giving it to us? I'm feeling generous. Here we go. The hint. This player scored a hat-trick with Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Juventus. Name that player. Answers are locked. The only player to have scored a hat-trick in the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A is the one, the only, the GOAT, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. And here we are, the final question, question number 20. A stat that is really funny, and I'm happy I learned it. Young Dano, playing football, would love to know about this player because he inspired him to do exactly what this player did. What was the first player ever to be sent off, red carded, in a FIFA World Cup final? First player to be red carded in a final, in a FIFA World Cup final. I will give you 1 point for the person's name, 1 point for what country they're from. Should I? Ooh, you know what? okay with it. I'm 100% okay with it. That's fine. I'm feeling generous today. It's an extreme difficulty quiz, but I'm feeling generous, so I'm trying to ease. It's kind of like having yogurt or sour cream with a spicy meal. You try to calm the spice, so I'm trying to calm the spice. You guys are going to get burnt otherwise. Alright, your hint is this. This happened in the 1990 World Cup final, and this team was playing against West Germany. And astonishingly, they ended the game with 9 players because another person got a red card. Who is the player? Who is the team? Answers are locked. The first player ever to be sent off red carded in a FIFA World Cup final is Pedro Monzon, Monzon, and they played for Argentina. So if you said either of those, you get 1 point. And there you have it, folks. The Elite 20 Extreme Edition. How did you find it? Was it too easy? Was it too hard? Was it needing a bonus question? Oh, it does. Okay, I got you. Bonus question time. Here we go. Who is the only player to have scored in the final of the Premier League? Basically the last game of a Premier League in which they won the title. So last match of a winning season. The UEFA Champions League final. The La Liga title deciding match. And the FIFA World Cup final. There's a lot of different things here because it's La Liga title deciding match, which doesn't mean it was the last game. And then the final Premier League game of the season in which they won the season. So let's recap. The only player to have scored in the final of the Premier League last game of the season. The UEFA Champions League final. The La Liga title deciding match. And the FIFA Club World Cup final. Who is this? What is the name they go by for 1 point? And what is their full name? 2nd point. And your hint. So answers first. Answers a lot. Your hint is, I know I said Brazilians use nicknames, and I'm not saying it's a nickname, but this person didn't put their full name on it or use their actual last name, but they're not Brazilian. They're Spanish. Who is this player? Now, for 0.25 points, this player honestly is considered one of the most successful unsung heroes in football history. The one that never got the glory for being like the best player, but he won 25 major trophies, including the World Cup and the Euro Cup. He's Spanish. He played in the Premier League. He played in La Liga. Who can it be? Answers are locked. The answer for today's bonus question is Pedro. Pedro. And for another bonus point, his full name is Pedro Rodriguez Ledesma. Pedro Rodriguez Ledesma. And there we are. How did you guys find the first ever Extreme Elite 20 video? Should it be just an easy question? Should I once in a while bring you an extreme video? Let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos and other videos. Leave suggestions for future video ideas. And most importantly, take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Love yourself. Love each other. Have a great rest of your day. And have a great sleep.